Hi everybody, welcome back. We're taking a lecture, I think after a very long time. The last time we had met, the session was on biological classification. Since the gap between the last lecture and this has been quite long, I think we need to have a quick recap of what we have covered so far in the first lecture. Right, the first part started off with evolution of classification, wherein we learned what is the three domains of life. We saw how Aristotle had attempted the first classification, followed by Linnaeus, and finally R.H. Whitaker, who gave us the five kingdom system of classification. The three domains were archaea, eubacteria, right, and eukarya. I can just take a pointer here. Okay, right, and this is the phylogenetic tree that we have already introduced way back in Kingdom Plant and Kingdom Animalia. So the eubacteria is the domain archaea. Then we have the domain archaea is archaebacteria. The domain bacteria consists of eubacteria, and Protista, Plantae, Animalia, fungi all come under the domain eukarya. Then we saw the details of the classification, came down to kingdom Monera, which was exclusively about bacteria. What are the different types of bacteria on the basis of shape? The most metabolically diverse creature of the bacteria. We saw some of them are photoautotrophic, chemoautotrophic, saprophytic, symbiotic, and parasitic, with different examples. The structure we didn't dwell much because you've already covered the structure of a prokaryotic cell, right? The archaebacteria, the halophiles, the thermoacidophiles, the methanogens with their respective examples. The eubacteria consisting of the cyanobacteria, Nostoc and Abina, right? They are the cyanobacteria. The chemosynthetic and the heterotrophic bacteria are consisting of the eubacteria, right? Give you a small differentiation between them also. The reproduction is mainly by fission. Then we came to kingdom Protista. Now Protista are unicellular but eukaryotic. This was the step which preceded evolution of fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. So all those organisms which were unicellular but eukaryotic, resembling plants or fungi or animals, but were unicellular but eukaryotic. See, unicellular है इसलिए वो आगे नहीं जा सकते. यूकैरियोटिक है तो वो मोनेरा में डाल सकते हैं हम लोग. Right, so we have a middle kingdom developed which is called as the Protista. So Protista mein obviously we saw plant-like protists, which are the chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, and euglenoids. Euglenoids in particular very peculiar, behaves like a plant as well as animal. Then fungi-like protists, slime molds, and animal-like protists are the protozoans. So these were the two kingdoms that we covered, right? Now, kingdom Monera and kingdom Protista. We move on to the third one now, kingdom Fungi. Now, kingdom Fungi, unique kingdom of heterotrophic organisms. Heterotrophic depending on somebody else for their nutrition, right? ना उसके अंदर होलोजोइक भी आता है, सैप्रोफाइटिक भी आता है और पैरासिटिक भी आता है, राइट? यहाँ पर वी मेनली आर टॉकिंग अबाउट organisms which are saprophytic, which depend upon dead and decaying, although we will have some examples of parasitic fungus also, but majority of them are saprophytic, depending on dead and decaying matter, showing extracellular digestion. Now, some examples have been mentioned for us. When your bread develops a mold or your orange rot, it is because of fungi, right? So this is the normal bread ka fungus that we see right now. When you have stale bread and you have this greenish patch developing, that's a bread mold, as you call them. The common mushrooms that we eat right now, the toadstools, they are also fungus mushrooms, very popular delicacy, or maybe as a topping on your pizzas or something like that. Some unicellular fungi, mind you, now fungus है, हम लोग यूकेरिया में है लेकिन मल्टी सेलुलर है. So यहाँ पर we are having a exception of a unicellular fungi, very popular, which is called as yeast. Now yeast has its own industrial applications. You know, it is used to make bread, it is for alcohol industries, right? So a lot of applications for yeast. Other fungi causes diseases in plants and animals, right? A lot of diseases caused by fungus, we'll see up down ahead also. Wheat rust causing Puccinia is also an important example, right? White spots, I missed that, right? See, white spot on mustard leaves. This, can you see the example? White spot on mustard leaves. This particular parasitic fungus is albugo. This is albugo. Some fungus can be source of antibiotics. Very famous Penicillium notatum, which was the first one to be discovered, right? Now, very peculiar about fungus is they prefer to grow in warm and humid places. So wherever there is moisture, the fungus, you will find the growth of fungus is more preferable in moisture. So warmth and humidity are favorable conditions for fungi. Now a typical fungus, right now, they are multicellular organisms. I told you, you will have an exception. Unicellular ke andar yeast is a exception, right? Multicellular consists of a body called mycelium. Now from the shape of it, you can see it looks like a mushroom, right? The umbrella structure, if you can see, right? So the body is called as mycelium. Now you can see the entire mycelium, you can see this mycelium here, is made up of small thread-like structures. This individual thread is called hyphae. The individual threads are called as hyphae. Now within the hyphae, if we check, they could be with septa or without septa. Now if septa means partition, so you can have partitions or you can have without partitions, right? When we study the types or the groups within fungi, we will be studying on the basis of these septa or non-septa also. They may be uni or multinucleated. देखो अगर septa रहेगा, so I have two partitions. So दो partition के बीच में एक nucleus रहेगा, मतलब ये पूरा bracket जो दो septa के बीच में है वो uninucleated हो जाएगा. लेकिन अगर septa निकाल देते तो वो जो पूरा hyphae है वो पूरा एक structure बन जाएगा, लेकिन अलग अलग nuclei के साथ में. So they could be uninucleated or they could be multinucleated. Non-septate, multinucleated. Septa निकाल दो, पार्टीशन निकाल दो, तो वो मल्टीन्यूक्लिएटेड सिंगल स्ट्रक्चर हो जाएगा, राइट? और हम लोग ने ये वर्ड पढ़ा है सिनोसाइटिक, राइट? जब प्लांट्स के तरफ एक साथ बहुत सारे न्यूक्लियाई साथ में आते हैं तो हम लोग उसको सिनोसाइटिक बोलते हैं. लेकिन अगर यही चीज़ एनिमल्स में आती है, व्हेन वी फाइंड अ मल्टीन्यूक्लिएटेड स्ट्रक्चर, एज इन केस वी फाइंड इन केस ऑफ मसल फाइबर, राइट ना, पेरिफेरल बहुत सारे न्यूक्लियाई, वी कॉल दैट एज सिंसाइटियम, right? So animal में multinucleated structure syncytium, plant side में it is sinusitic. Okay. The cell wall in fungus is made up of chitin or fungal cellulose, right? They contain well organized membrane bound cell organelles. Obviously eukaryotic structure है तो you do expect a well defined structure, obviously with the exception of chloroplasts. Right? There are no chloroplasts, they are non-photosynthetic in nature, that's why they are heterotrophic. Now reproduction in fungi, again you could have vegetative, asexual or sexual reproduction. Vegetative could be by fragmentation, could be by fission or budding, right? Vegetative generally you find in the lower fungi. Asexual and sexual, both are by means of spores. Both are by means of spores. Now, we do find spore-based reproduction in plants. We've done kingdom planting, right? Now, बट वहाँ पर थोड़ा आगे जाके क्या होता है, मेगास्पोर, माइक्रोस्पोर, मेल फीमेल अलग जाके डिफरेंशिएट हो जाता है. बट यहाँ पर यू हैव टू टाइप्स, असेक्सुअल एंड सेक्सुअल स्पोर्स. Asexual spores is by spores called conidia, or sporangiospores or zoospores. Now, depending on the kind of fungus, the name of the spore is going to be different. Sexual reproduction is by oospores, ascospores, and basidiospores. Again, I told you that depending on the group of fungus. The various spores are produced in distinct structures called fruiting bodies. Fruiting bodies. If you remember Plasmodium, slime molds, fungi like protist, उसका जो लास्ट स्टेटमेंट है, गो बैक एंड चेक, वहाँ पर यू विल गेट द स्टेटमेंट फ्रूटिंग बॉडीज, राइट. सो वी डू फाइंड सिमिलैरिटी, राइट. सो ऑब्वियसली वो फंगाई लाइक प्रोटिस्ट है, इसलिए सिमिलैरिटी तो आनी ही आनी है. ओके, नाउ सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन इन फंगस. We've taken a typical example of a basidiomycete. Now, I'll just introduce you before we go ahead. We have 4 groups within fungi: phycomycetes, ascomycetes, basidiomycetes and deuteromycetes. तो ये basidiomycete वाला example हम लोग use कर रहे हैं, right now, to study a sexual reproduction. Now, this image is quite elaborative to understand. I'll just zoom into the image so that you can follow it properly. Here. Now, if you can see, these are hyphae. So, when two hyphae of the mating types, they come near each other. What is happening is, when these two fuse, can you see the two fusing? What is happening is, first of all, only the cytoplasm is fusing. There is no fusion of the nucleus. That's why the step first is called plasmogamy. Plasmogamy. Now, plasmogamy जब हो जाती है, यानी first step हो गया, तो अब you have a mycelium wherein 2 haploid nuclei are present. So you say it's a dikaryotic mycelium. Dikaryotic mycelium, right? You know, karyon मतलब न्यूक्लियस, तो 2 न्यूक्लियस है वहाँ पे, दोनों हैप्लॉइड है, अभी फ्यूज नहीं हुए हैं. Now, if you can see here, see basidia which are dikaryotic. Look at this. 2 haploid nuclei within each other, right? एक ही स्ट्रक्चर में 2 haploid nuclei. So what is the structure called as? It's a dikaryotic structure. अब ये दोनों haploid nuclei fuse हो जाएंगे. So the second step is called karyogamy, fusion of the nuclei. अब वो diploid हो जाएगा. अब diploid structure का meiosis हो सकता है. देखो अब ये dark single structure हो गया. That is a diploid nuclei now. If you can see the difference here. This is 2 haploid nuclei and this is 1 diploid. Now, a diploid nuclei can undergo meiosis, and one single diploid structure can produce 4 haploid structures by meiosis, and those are the basidiospores. Now, look at this image very properly. Can you see these 4 structures hanging out? This is the basidium. This is the body of the fungus. This is the basidium, and these are the 4 basidiospores. Now, can you see the basidiospores are outside the body of the fungus? So, we say this is exogenous method, right? So, we will find that some groups have endogenous spore development, some groups have exogenous spore development, and that is very important as far as MCQs are concerned. So, what are the 3 steps of sexual reproduction in fungus? Plasmogamy, karyogamy and meiosis, right? This can be asked as a question in the MCQ as far as the sequence is concerned. Plasmogamy, karyogamy and meiosis. Pehle fusion of the cytoplasm, then followed by fusion of the 2 haploid nuclei, karyogamy, and then finally meiosis giving rise to the spores, right? See now, there's the same description given. When a fungus reproduces sexually, 2 haploid hyphae of the compatible mating types, they fuse right? In some fungus, the fusion of two haploid cells immediately results into diploid, but in other fungi, ascomycetes and basidiomycetes, these are two major groups, asco and basidio, an intervening dikaryotic stage, two nuclei wala stage. Such a condition is called dikaryon. This is the dikaryo phase. The parental nuclei will fuse and the cell will become diploid, the fungus forming fruiting bodies in which the reduction, meiosis, will occur in the fruiting bodies, right? So, this is sexual reproduction in fungus. Now, we've got four groups in fungus. We've got phycomycetes, ascomycetes, basidiomycetes and deuteromycetes. Let's have a look one by one. Now, phycomycetes are referred as lower fungi. So, thoda symbolically they are called as algal fungi, because algae is towards the lower end of the plant. So, it is referred as algal fungi, right? So, phycomycetes is on one end of the group. Deuteromycetes is on the other end, जहाँ पर उसकी cycle जो है ना वो completely discover नहीं हुई. Only the sexual cycle is, only the asexual spores are known. The sexual cycle is not discovered. So, on one hand you have phycomycetes, where the lower class of fungi are there. The other end you have deuteromycetes, जिसका imperfect fungi उसको बोलते हैं, क्योंकि both the stages of the cycle are not known. So, you are left with two main groups, ascomycetes and basidiomycetes. That's why the mention. Now, phycomycetes are found in aquatic habitats, on decaying wood in moist and damp places, as obligate parasites on plants, right? So, you can have aquatic habitats, decaying wood, or as obligatory parasites. See, majority of the fungi are saprophytic. I made a mention of that start. Majority of them, right? But yahan par you will find them as obligatory parasites. They can't survive as anything else. Mycelium is aseptate and cenocytic. Aseptate, no partitions. No partitions matlab it becomes a multinucleated structure. What is it called as? Cenocytic. Okay. Now, this is the only aseptate and cenocytic structure. Baki sab septate or branched hai. Baki sab. Right? So, always जहाँ पर septa और unimulti याद रखना है तो always remember phycomycetes as a separate example. Okay. Asexual reproduction takes place by zoospores, which can be motile, or aplanospores, which are non-motile. Spores are endogenously produced, right? At the end of all the four discussions, I'll give you one chart where a table is ready-made there, right now, so you can have a reference there also. Spores are endogenously produced in the sporangium. Zygospore is formed by fusion of two gametes. So, here again you're talking about asexual and sexual. Gametes can be similar or dissimilar, right? Now, you can have isogamous, anisogamous, or oogamous. Some common examples are mucor, rhizophus and albugo. Albugo, those mustard ke upar white spots, remember na? Right? So, that was albugo, parasitic fungi. Right? Rhizophus is the bread mold, which we see. This is the bread mold. And mucor, a lot of news about mucor, very not very harmful fungus, but right now there is a lot of discussion and a lot of development of mucormycosis, right? Na? So, along with virus, we have got a fungus also. Okay, so let's see where this COVID is going to take us, right? But mucormycosis is on the anvil and pretty fatal. Okay, so these are examples of phycomycetes. The next group is ascomycetes, right? Now, penicillium jo group mein hai, wo wala group, ascomycetes, known as the sac fungi, because they've got sac-like fungus, right? Now, sac-like structures, they called as sac fungi. So what is phycomycetes called? It's called algal fungi, and this is called as sac fungi. Ascomycetes are mostly multicellular. Penicillium, rarely unicellular. Example, yeast. Now yeast का जो नाम है ना वो Saccharomyces cerevisiae, CEREVISAE. That is the proper name for yeast. Saccharomyces, sometimes S. cerevisiae लिख के आएगा. So sometimes instead of yeast they'll give you this name. They are saprophytic. We come back to saprophytic. They are decomposers, parasitic, or coprophilous. Coprophilous are those structures which develop, they grow on dung, right? Cow dung. Mycelium is branched and septate. I tell you, वहाँ पर aseptate, cenocytic था in phycomycetes. Asexual spores are conidia, produced exogenously on special mycelium called conidiophores. Can you see this? Conidiophores now. And the development is exogenous. And conidia on germination obviously will produce mycelium. Sexual spores are called ascospores, which are produced endogenously in sac-like asca. Now देखो ध्यान रखना please. इसके asexual spores are produced exogenously and sexual spores are produced endogenously. Right? So what are the fruiting body called as? Asci or ascocarps. Right? So obviously carp, you know, is a fruit. So fruiting bodies are called as ascocarps. So we have examples of Aspergillus niger. It's the full name is NIGER, Aspergillus niger. Claviceps purpura, right? Claviceps, I think it's a fungus from which LSD is the drug LSD is derived. And Neurospora. Neurospora is Neurospora crassi, CRASII. Right? It is extensively used in biochemical and genetic work. Aspergillus niger is also one of the fungal infections which has been found in post-COVID cases nowadays. It's not as prevalent as mucormycosis right now, but it is in the developmental stage. They are trying to control that also. And many of the members like morels and buffles, they are edible and they are considered delicacies. They are eatables, right? Like mushrooms you've got, right? So this is ascomycetes, known as sac fungi. You've got both sexual spores as well as asexual spores, and the fruiting bodies are called as ascocarps. The basidiomycetes, they are the group where mushrooms belong to, right? They called as bracket fungi, puff balls, right? So come back again, phycomycetes called as algal fungi, ascomycetes are called as sac fungi, basidiomycetes are called as bracket fungi. Mycelium is branched and septate. I told you सिर्फ phycomycetes है जो aseptate है और cenocytic है, बाकी सब जो है वो septate है, branched है. Asexual spores are generally not found, but vegetative reproduction by fragmentation is common here. Sex organs are absent, but plasmogamy is brought about by fusion of two vegetative or somatic cells of different strains or genotypes, two mating types, the diagram that we saw. Resultant structure is dikaryotic, two nuclei wala structure, which will give rise to the basidium. Karyogamy and meiosis are the second and the third step, producing 4 basidiospores which are exogenously produced. Want to see that again? I can go back again to that diagram. Can you see basidium pe 4 spores are exogenously, bahar pe. We have agaricus, which is nothing but mushroom as an example. Eustylago, which is smut, and Puccinia, we saw wheat rust, right? This is what it looks like, the wheat when it gets rusted, right? So Puccinia is, Eustylago is smut, which is the whitish outgrowth which you see on maize here, right? And Puccinia is the rust fungus. This is mushrooms. Okay, so this is the group Basidiomycetes. The last group are Deuteromycetes. Now, Deuteromycetes are commonly known as imperfect fungi, right? Because only the asexual or the vegetative phase is known सेक्सुअल फेज इज नॉट. नाउ वंस ये ऑर्गेनिज्म का सेक्सुअल फेज डिस्कवर होता है, so you either will categorize it into ascomycetes or basidiomycetes. So this is more sort of a very temporary group till the entire cycle का process is discovered. Again यहाँ पे देखो asexual spores are known as conidia. Asexual spores of ascomycetes were also conidia. Mycelium is septate and branched. Again reminding you, phycomycetes is the only one which is having aseptate mycelium. बाकी सारे mycelium septate है. Some members are saprophytes or parasites. Large number of them are decomposers. So we have Alternaria, Coletotrichum, Trichoderma, right? Some of them you will be studying in health and disease. Some of the fungi when you do diseases like ringworm, right? Now, so you will have Trichoderma के fungus also there. ठीक है? So that is Deuteromycetes. Yes, this was the table which I was talking about, right? You can check it out right now. So एक minute. So देखो algal fungi, sac fungi, club और bracket fungi, imperfect fungi, right? Habitat है mycelium. See देखो aseptate sinusitic है, बाकी सब branch septate है. Asexual reproduction में देखो ascomycetes में conidia है, deuteromycetes में conidia है. यहाँ पर absent है, यहाँ पर zoospores या aplanospores. स्पोर्स का प्रोडक्शन एंडोजेनस है, एक्सोजेनस है, यहाँ भी एक्सोजेनस है. सेक्सुअल स्पोर्स जाइगोस्पोर, एस्कोस्पोर, बसीडियोपोर. यहाँ पे सेक्सुअल स्पोर इज नॉट नोन, राइट ना. नोन हो गया तो उसको ये दोनों में पुश कर देंगे. स्पोर कहाँ प्रोड्यूस होता है? एंडोजेनस में, एक्सोजेनस में. यहाँ पे दोनों में मेंशन नहीं किया हुआ है. फ्रूटिंग बॉडी एस्कोकार्प बोलेंगे, बसीडियोकार्प बोलेंगे, राइट. डाइकेरियन फेज सिर्फ ये दोनों में मिलेगा, बाकी दोनों में नहीं. और नीचे एग्जाम्पल्स है. सो जितने भी एनसीईआरटी में पॉइंट्स दिए हैं, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दिस टेबल हैज बीन prepared right now, so you can use this or maybe take a print of this particular page and you can have the entire kingdom fungus on your fingertips, right? Now this is a comparison of the entire 5 kingdom, right? I have taken this from Truman just as your reference. Maybe in some of the MCQs you can use this, right? Please. Now see, we have finished all the 5 kingdoms. Plantae हो गया, Animalia हो गया, 2 अलग चैप्टर किए हमने. Monera हो गया, Protista हो गया, Fungi हो गया, right? Now we have the 5 kingdom system of classification. ये पूरे 5 kingdoms कर लिए हम लोग ने. Now what are the pros, what are the cons, what are the advantages and disadvantages of the 5 kingdom system? Now the biggest disadvantage is we still do not have place for viruses. Obviously, because we are debating viruses are living or non-living. That's why maybe the classification has not been expanded. Kingdom Protista यहाँ पर includes photosynthetic and non-photosynthetic organisms together, right? So maybe clubbing them is still not making sense. The advantage obviously of the 5 kingdom system is the prokaryotes and the eukaryotes. जो पहले सब गड़बड़ थी वो सब अलग अलग हो गई. यूनिसेलुलर, मल्टीसेलुलर सारे अलग हो गए. फंगाई जो पहले प्लांटे के साथ में ग्रुप था, राइट, सिर्फ सिमिलर स्ट्रक्चर था, अब पता चला नहीं वो फोटोसिंथेटिक है या नॉन फोटोसिंथेटिक है, वो ऑटोट्रॉफिक है या सैप्रोफाइटिक है. तो दोनों का मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन अलग है, सब अलग है, तो उनको किंगडम ही अलग कर दिया उसको, राइट. Right, so these are some of the advantages and disadvantages of kingdom fungi, right? So यहाँ तक हम लोग ने डिस्कशन किया है, और जो थोड़ा डिस्कशन अपना बचा है अभी वो है लाइकन और वायरसेस का, राइट. लाइकन एंड वायरसेस, स्मॉल डिस्कशन, we'll just carry it in the next video, right? So thank you so much.